But first, journalists are shocked. Donald Trump has done a terrible thing. It's just terrible because he's actually called out this race hustle, this ridiculous identity politics that we see here right in this very country. In fact, I've got yet another example tonight of two top Aboriginal academics who don't actually seem to have a single Aboriginal ancestor. Now, Trump turned up to an annual convention for black journalists and got a very hostile reception from his supposed host, even though he had the guts to turn up, while rival Kamala Harris refused. She hasn't dared do a single interview with a single journalist since she replaced President Joe Biden in the election race against Trump. I think she's scared they'll find she really is an airhead. And right off the bat, Trump got a nasty question former President Trump, some people here don't even think you should be allowed to speak to us. I mean, it's just insane that journalists don't think even a presidential candidate should be allowed to talk to them. I mean, but still, then came the thing that caused so much faux shock in the left. How black is Kamala Harris really?
Sir, do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Trump typically went too far. He got too personal, a bit brutal, and may have turned off many voters. And he wasn't accurate. Harris does have a black father from Jamaica, although he left the family when she was 7. And she did go, for instance, to a predominantly black college and so on. That black thing is not really new. But Trump does, in his clumsy way, hit on an uncomfortable fact for Democrats who are desperate to present Harris as the black candidate, in fact, the African-American one, to get black voters to identify with her. She was actually raised mostly by her Indian mother. Her first and middle names are Indian. And earlier in her career, sold herself first of all as an Indian or Asian candidate, as well as of a Pacific American descent, not African American.
Well, the Democratic Party for a very long time, not just this election cycle, has been doing a lot of active outreach around South Asians, around the API in general, and will continue to do it.
And certainly you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
You could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
Now, sure, her defenders are right. She can have multiple identities. She can be Indian, she can be Jamaican, she can be black American, she can just be someone of no fixed race, which would be nice. Although all this focus now on racial identity is so pathetic. But I have to say her defenders are also hypocrites, because they're saying, oh, Trump is so wrong, even racist. Harris is both black and Indian, but they never insist that Barack Obama was both black and white through his white mum, because saying that was racist too somehow. And I think you know why. It's all about political advantage. Kamala Harris is more politically powerful as a black than as an Indian. And that's why Joe Biden picked her as his vice president. He needed a black woman to get out the black and women's vote. And he picked Harris from among 3 other black women who are all his top candidates.
Are you committed to naming a black woman as your vice presidential running mate?
I am not committed to naming any but the people I've named, and among them there are 4 black women.
So, Harris is now going to be whatever race that helps her with whatever audience she's talking to. She'll even talk in a southern black accent to a southern crowd when she's actually from California and went to high school in Canada.
You all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
And that's nothing how she talks to science students.
I grew up then the daughter of a scientist.
It's a completely different accent. So Kamala Harris is a shapeshifter, even on race. And for all Trump's exaggerations and aggression, he is right on that.